等一下呀，
对啊，
等一下好像可以哦。
好，你是我的小蝴蝶，你是我的小阿飞，我的你的脸，我的你的脸，也许不撒野。你是我的小蝴蝶，我是你的小阿飞，我的你的脸，我的你的脸。我着你的爱，我的脸。你是我的小蝴蝶，你是我的小阿飞，我的你的脸，不的脸，也许不能够撒野。我是你的小蝴蝶，我是你的小阿飞，我的你的脸，你不想没有爱你的脸。你是我的小蝴蝶，你是我的小阿飞，我是你的脸，我不想要，也不想要的爱恋。你是我的小蝴蝶。我的你的脸，也许你的脸，也许没有你我的脸，我的你的脸，也许你我的以后没有你我的脸，我的你的脸，也许你我的以后没有你
等一下，
我的脸，我的你的脸。
等一下，等一下，听到？等一下，等一下，等一下，听到？等一下，等一下，等一下，听到？等一下，等一下，等一下，听到？等一下，等一下，等一下，听到？等一下，等一下，等一下，听到？
我
想想，我刚好贴给你吗？
啊，
我贴到直播的，现在在用。网址啊，网址你要一下。
我
想想，
我看一下，
我刚好贴给你吗？
要吗？
我贴到直播的，现在在用。网址啊，网址你要一下。
直播是
想想，
我看一下，
我刚好
要吗
贴给你吗？
？The Venus Project，要吗？
我贴到直播的，现在在用。网址啊，网址你要一下。
好像没有荧幕。直播
想
是，
想，这样。
黑曜可以关掉了。
黑曜先关掉。
要吗？
先关掉黑曜。
现在在用。网址啊，网址你好像没有荧幕。直播是，
这样。
黑曜可以关掉了。
黑号先关掉，先关掉黑号。现在在用。王子，你
好像没有荧幕。
等一下，我这样改。黑号先关掉，先关掉黑号。现在在用。王子，你好像没有荧幕。等一下，我这样改。黑号先关掉，先关掉黑号。现在在用。王子，你好像没有荧幕。等一下，我这样改。黑号先关掉，先关掉黑号。现在在用。王子，你好像没有荧幕。等一下，我这样改。黑号先关掉，先关掉黑号。现在在用。王子，你好像没有荧幕。
Emphasize machines and technology is to free man to pursue the higher things. Machines ought to do the filthy, repetitious, or the boring jobs. It would take 10 years to change the surface of the earth. Emphasize machines and technology to save our environment, to pursue the higher things. Conflict, we've got to reorganize our way of thinking and reconsider our social aims. We must put our mind to this as we do to put a man on the moon. Emphasize machines and technology to save our environment, to pursue the higher things. Conflict, we've got
like many kids, when I was 6 years old, I dreamed of flying in space. I'm old enough that back then the only astronauts were Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. Like many, I went on and became a professional astronomer. I was lucky enough to get selected in space. First group of shuttle astronauts. Back then, the only astronauts were Flash Gordon. We trained for a long time. Of course, you go through many different types of simulators. But when you're actually sitting up there on the rocket, you realize that, hey, this is not a simulator. The whole vehicle is shaking a little bit on the pad. You realize that when you hear this roar down beneath you, the whole shuttle tilts forward a little bit. And then as it comes back to the vertical position, then all of a sudden it's wham, the solid boosters ignite. There's an incredible vibration, noise. And for the next 2 minutes, there is just so much power that you're sitting on top of. It's back to the vertical position. I was just sort of holding on, thinking to myself, whoa, I hope this whole thing holds together. And sure enough, it did. Of course, by that time, looking out the window, the blue sky has already turned to the blackness of space. And I can see in the distance the coast of Africa coming up into view, and I always remember that feeling on my first flight when I realized, wow, you're in space. You see from orbit the sunrises and sunsets 16 times every 24 hours. Flying over the Earth at night, in particular, gives you a real sense of human civilization. Because during the day, you look down and you see the colors of the Earth, you see the forms of the landmass of the continents. There's a lot of beautiful things to see during the day. There's also the view of the impact that humans have had on our planet, and that can be pretty scary. Over the course of 11 years of flying, I watched as the Amazon jungle was continually being deforested. At night, you constantly see agricultural burning all over the world. So you could see harbors being silted up. You could see in Africa how the tree line would go up every year. And of course, we know about global warming and what we're doing to the atmosphere. That's the other thing that you really get a sense of from space, is how thin our atmosphere is. Basically, the idea that we're seeing this environmental damage on the Earth created by humans, but we see it from a cosmic perspective, means that it's just not something that we can ignore. The planet is responding to the presence of humanity.
The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds, our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. From ourselves.
For the first time, we have the capability, the technology, and the knowledge to achieve a global society of abundance for all. We cannot continue as we are, or the consequences will surely be dire.
A 2012 UN report states that a global population growth from 7 billion to almost 9 billion is expected by 2040. Demands for resources will rise exponentially. By 2030, requirements for food are projected to rise by 50%, energy by 45%, and water by 30%. We are presently depleting natural resources 50% faster than their planet can renew.
All right, let's explore the thinking of Jacques Fresco and the society he'd like to see.
The reason we emphasize machines and technology is to free man to pursue the higher things. Machines ought to do the filthy, repetitious, or the boring jobs. It would take 10 years to change the surface of the earth. To save our environment, our stupidity, our conflict, we've got to reorganize our way of thinking and reconsider our social aims. We must put our mind to this as we do to put a man on the moon.
Like many kids, when I was 6 years old, I dreamed of flying in space. I'm old enough that back then the only astronauts were Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers.
Guys will blast them to pieces before they land.
And I went on and became a professional astronomer. I was lucky enough to get selected in the first group of shuttle astronauts. We trained for a long time, and of course you go through many different types of simulators. But when you're actually sitting up there on the rocket, you realize that, hey, this is not the simulator. The whole vehicle is shaking a little bit on the pad. And then you hear this roar down beneath you, and the whole shuttle tilts forward a little bit. And then as it comes back to the vertical position, then all of a sudden, wham, the solid boosters ignite. And there's an incredible vibration and noise. And for the next 2 minutes, there is just so much power that you're sitting on top of.